What's going on, guys? Today we're going to have a conversation about what type of millionaire, the elite millionaire, that you want to be. I was thinking about EARL Nightingale and the lessons that I got from his teachings. Do you understand that you can choose the type of millionaire that you want to be? Right now, there's a lot of conversation on the internet about being cheap, being frugal, having wealth. I think the term is stealth wealth. You have a lot of money and you look like a regular, normal person no one knows. And I have a few words about that. I understand the power of privacy. I understand having a position and not having people know what your net worth is. However, this is the point that keeps coming out to me. You are an asset-based millionaire. Maybe your home is paid for, congratulations. Maybe you have a nice position in the stock market, congratulations. But you're still under that barrier of $5 million. Maybe with your combined assets, you're at 1.6, where 19 million of the 22 million millionaires in the United States are. So yes, you're better than the average person. You have money, you have wealth, you have some assets, you have protection. Congratulations. But this conversation is for people who want more. This conversation is for people who want to live a certain lifestyle. This is my third Porsche, and I get the most attention I've ever gotten in my life in this car. And one of the things, let's go ahead and talk about why did I buy the car. You want to start a business, you want to set up a holding company, an operating company. You want to get yourself some business credit. You want to learn how to run a business. You want to start your first online business. If you want to do that, and congratulations to you for being a person that wants more out of life, for being that person that's ready to sit down, do the work so your future can be brighter. I got something for you. Go below and enter into the Corporate Citizen Playbook, where we teach you all of that plus a lot more. Because you are not a normal, regular person. You want more out of life. You want to do more, you want to be more, you want to have more. And congratulations to you. So the link is below. Go ahead and check out this video. And then go ahead and enroll in the Corporate Citizen Playbook, where I teach you some things that you cannot Google. Can't Google it. Can't Google it at all. I bought the car for me. I didn't buy the car to get anyone's attention. I didn't buy the car for anyone else's opinion. I bought the car strictly for me, and I ordered it to my taste. I ordered it exactly the way that I wanted it. And when I get into it and I turn it on and I crank it up and I hear the engine room, it's so exciting. It's my daily driver. My SUV, I have to remember to drive it so the battery doesn't go down. So I probably will drive that tomorrow, because typically I can go 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and I'm not gonna have any issues. But if you're a person that wants to drive a Porsche, a Lamborghini, a Bentley, a Rolls Royce, if you're a person that wants to live in a $2.5 or $3 million home, this video is for you. I'm gonna tell you the things that you need to do to become an elite millionaire. For this conversation, the elite millionaire is someone who has assets of 5 million or more. Also, these assets are income producing assets. They're just not sitting there. They're producing income month after month, year after year after year. So you're an asset, you got $5 million in pure net worth, and your $5 million is asset producing assets, and we can get you between 10 and 20% a year. Now, 10% a year on 5 million is 500,000. 20% a year, that's $1 million. And this is where we're talking, and this is a path I want to guide you to. Now, if you're a person who doesn't want a Lamborghini or a McLaren or a Rolls Royce or a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, or you're a person that doesn't want to live in an extremely nice house in an extremely neighborhood, that's perfectly fine. But if you're one of those people who want to live in there, because here's the thing, I'll tell you a story. I'm currently looking for a house. And I found a house. And this is the thing that just bothers me the most. The house is absolutely perfect. One problem, it's not in the right neighborhood. And this is something that I have learned from living in Sandy Springs for 12 years. It's close to the neighborhood, but essentially there's a bunch of average homes in the neighborhood that are being bought up. They're knocking them down and they're building these bigger, nicer homes. The house is fantastic. The house has an amazing bathroom. The house is really laid out. The house has a nice yard. It's just in the wrong neighborhood. And since we're talking about being an elite millionaire, one of the things that I saw living in Sandy Springs, I would run into Cordell Stewart. He used to be the quarterback for the Steelers. I ran into Dr. J. I ran into Waka Flocka. I ran into so many. I ran into Kenny Rogers. So when you live in the right neighborhood, with the right zip code, you will have what I would call invisible assets. You never know who you will run into. You never know who you'll be next to in line at the Whole Foods. You have no clue. So for those of you who want more, for those of you who want to be on the elite millionaire status, the quickest way to get there is to start a business. I know, it's the internet. Invest, buy this stock. And if you already have a large amount of money, as I had mentioned with the Wall Street Bets guy, he had $25 million to buy $25 million in Wall Street Bet stock and cashed out at 125. But he had 25 million to begin with. So for me, based on personal experience, starting a business is the fastest way to get to a net worth of $5 million, where you can go ahead and get that asset. And I'm going to also answer something in here because I consistently see this. You got this money. What if you lost it? How fast could you get it back again? Let me go ahead and tell you something. There's something that's called wealth advisors. These are the people, like, let's say, and this happened to a friend of mine. He had a company. He sold his company for 50 million, had to pay 20 million in taxes. It was crazy. And he went to a wealth advisor and the guy sat him down and the guy said, "Congratulations, sir. You're extremely wealthy. You're already rich. Our goal, the things that we want to do for you, is to keep you rich." And this is what this guy said. "What we want you to do is take 75 to 85% of your wealth and put it in a very safe, boring asset class." And once again, if you don't believe me, just call up a wealth advisor and ask them what they do. Because here's the thing. Once you get rich and you listen to your advisors, you will never be poor again if you listen to them. Now, if you go ahead and do something foolish, like my friend, he had this opportunity and he would have to put up 20 mil. And his wife was stressed out. His family was stressed out. And he explained it to me. And I said, based on everything you told me, I think you need to leave your money where it is. And after much consideration, he left his money where it is. And then later on, he found out it was a complete and utter scam. So good for him for not putting his money into a scam. Once you get wealthy and you have certain assets and you're wise with your money, you will never be broke again. That's if you go ahead and leave your money in secure and protected asset classes, because you already have so much. Because I think, what he did is, he had 30 million. He took 25 million and put it in these super safe investments. And he took 5 million. He bought himself a nice house, some other stuff, things for the kids and stuff. And I believe his $25 million investment spins off about 3 million a year. 3 million a year. He wasn't, because he had the business and he wasn't taking that much out. He wasn't living like that. So based upon where his money is and the way that it's set up, he will never, ever have to worry about being broke. And this is one of the things I want to bring to you in personal capital, because this is a big question. You lose all your money, you can make it again because you have that knowledge. And that's complete foolishness. It's not normal. It's not real, because the people who go ahead and get into these large asset classes because they have so much money never lose their money. They never go back to being broke. They never go back to being broke. So that's a lesson for those of you who are working hard to become an elite millionaire, net worth 5 million or more, that's spinning off 10 or 20% passive income. That's where you want to be. That's where you want to be. That's what you want to set up, because it's going to make your life so much easier. It's going to make your life so much, because once again, going back to the lessons of EARL Nightingale, and I hear these lessons in my head. The life that you want to lead, you can choose. You don't have to scrimp and live like a beggar. You don't have to do that if you make the right choices. The last 3 years have been very interesting. In the last 3 years, there has not been a reduction in my personal spend. If I want to eat out, I eat out. If I want to get some, I want to get some. I get some. There's been no reduction in my personal spend, because during the good times, I made a lot of money. And this is one of the things that you guys have got to understand. It's about personal choice. It's about personal effort. There's this girl, her name is Pinky Doll, and she's on TikTok. She's on TikTok, and everyone, she makes these idiotic sounds and stuff, and everyone's like, she's making all this money. She's making all this money. Okay, that's a trend. This person, Pinky Doll, whatever her real name is, she's not going to be making that money a long time. This is not something that's going to go on year after year after year. When you build a solid business, I have a friend that owns a heating air conditioning business. He's owned it for 20 years. He's been making millions of dollars per year owning a heating business. It's quite boring. He's got the right staff. He doesn't even go in the office. He literally goes in the office maybe 4 or 5 times a year to sign some papers. His staff runs everything. Millions of dollars. He lives the life that he wants. He lives where he wants. He drives what he wants. His wife, she spends whatever she wants. His wife, she'd be blowing up the credit card. And there's plenty of money there for her. Because once again, it's about abundance. It's about creating that situation where you get to live the life that you want to live, living life on your terms. Because this is one of my situations. Like, my last house was 5,000 square feet, and I was living in it by myself at one point, and I didn't really use all of the house. I didn't go upstairs because the master was on the main floor, and I just pretty much hung out on the main floor. Master bedroom, my office was off the master bedroom, kitchen, living room, and garage. That's where I spent like 90% of my time. So one of the things I'm finding out is there's properties that are coming up massive, and they're huge. And I'm sitting here like, what would I do with all that space? So now I'm in a position where I have to figure out what I'm going to do with all of this space that I'm probably going to get into, because number one, I'm going to get a really nice house. It's going to be in the right neighborhood, and it's going to be the right house. And what is the right house? Once again, this is about abundance and personal choice. It's going to have ideally a 3-car garage or parking for 3 or 4 cars. Ideally, it's going to have a nice front yard. It's going to have a nice rear yard. I'm planning all this stuff out in my head before I get the property, because this is why this house, which is beautiful, this house is perfect, it's just in the wrong neighborhood. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, just wait. Just be patient, and you will get exactly what you want, and you will be able to have exactly what you need in terms of living the life that you want to live. Because here's the thing, for you to be this elite millionaire, once again, you need to start a business. Ideally, holding company, operating companies, because once again, you start your holding company, you start your first company, and you may not start your second company for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Because you'll be busy with your first company, and that's perfectly fine. But this is the pathway, this is the system for you to become an elite millionaire. Because once again, there's only 3.5 million people in the United States with a net worth of 5 million or more. And as the number climbs, the numbers drop. If you want to be an elite millionaire, living that elite millionaire life, and what does that look like? You live where you want to live, you drive what you want to drive, you're living the life that you want to live, you're doing the things that you want to do. You are purposely and intentionally creating a life of intent and design. And to help you with that, we have the Corporate Citizen Playbook, links below. Go ahead, check that out, because we're going to teach you how to set up a holding company, teach you how to set up an operating company, we're going to teach you how to get your banking together, we're going to teach you how to set up your first operating company, teach you how to start an online business, and teach you how to make money on a corporate structure where you can make 6 figures year after year after year after year, and in some cases, depending upon your business, you might be making 7 figures. So that link's below. Go ahead and check that out. My name is Glendon Cameron. I will see you guys in the next video.